Hello, this is the Bible in Fewer Words. We are Carol and Steve Wells. This is episode 214, the book of Daniel, chapter 6. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
So we've been moving along in Daniel. There have been some interesting stories.
Yeah, the first part of the book are Bible stories that are familiar Bible stories that almost everyone's heard about. You see them in children's Bible story books, like that. You hear them in church, right?
Yep. All right. So from here on out?
After this, it's going to get strange.
Oh, so chapter 7.
7 on is going to be just some really strange stuff. I mean, we've had strange stuff, but it's going to get really crazy after this.
Okay. So should we get started?
Sure.
Chapter 6, verse 1. King Darius made Daniel his chief official because he had such an excellent spirit.
Everybody liked Daniel.
Like a cheerleader. That kind of spirit? Cheering for the team?
Yeah, maybe so. Let's go Babylon.
Yeah. But who's Darius?
Yeah, Darius is a fictional character.
Oh, because these are stories.
Well, whoever wrote this was writing it a long time later, and so their history wasn't too clear. But they'd heard about King Darius, and there have been King Dariuses. It's just that there was no King Darius at the time this was supposed to be happening.
Oh.
The king he's probably thinking about would be King Cyrus, because Cyrus is the one who conquered Babylon in 539 BCE, and that's a date historians know about.
Okay.
The Babylonian Empire was conquered by King Cyrus in 539 BCE, and so that would have been the time period that we're talking about here. There were a few kings of Babylon after Nebuchadnezzar, but then finally it was conquered by King Cyrus
All right.
of Persia. Darius is a king that show up later on, but not at this period of time, so it just doesn't fit with the setting.
Okay. We'll just make it part of our story.
It is a part of the story. It's a main part of the story, actually.
Okay.
So verse 4, the other officials tried to find something to accuse Daniel with, but they couldn't find anything since he was so perfect.
Wow. So they decided to attack his religion.
They wrote a decree saying that whoever asks any god or man, except for the king, for anything in the next 30 days will be cast into a den of lions.
Please, sir, can I have some more
That would
oatmeal?
do it. Yeah. No, you can't ask any god or man for anything for 30 days, or you get thrown into this den of lions.
Well, that is a weird thing.
Yeah, it was a law.
Yeah. So the king signed the decree.
When Daniel heard about it, he went to his room and prayed 3 times a day toward Jerusalem.
It sounds like he's asking God for something.
Yeah, so it's interesting that he's praying here,
Yeah.
facing Jerusalem 3 times a day. It's like Muslims face Mecca, 5 times a day?
Yes.
I wonder why Christians and Jews don't do that anymore, turn toward Jerusalem and pray.
They are directionally challenged.
Yeah. This isn't the first time we've had this thing about praying. If you pray toward Jerusalem,
You're okay.
yeah, he'll help you in battle and you won't have any diseases and stuff.
If you don't know what direction to pray in, you're in trouble. Verse 11. And the other officials saw him praying. So they saw Daniel praying in his room.
Yeah, the way it's described is, if I remember right, is that his windows were open.
Oh.
And he was praying toward Jerusalem. So I think he's probably making a little bit of a show about it.
Maybe. You're supposed to pray in your closet so nobody sees you. So they went to the king and they said to him,
Didn't you sign a decree saying that anyone in the next 30 days who asks any god or man besides you for anything will be cast into the den of lions?
And Darius responded, I don't know, I just signed whatever you gave me. And the king said, yes, I did.
They said to him, well, Daniel prays 3 times a day.
So the king commanded that Daniel be sent to his room. No, that Daniel be cast into a den of lions.
Well,
my God.
That was the deal, right? Yeah. That's the law. So the next morning, the king went to the lion's den. He shouted down to Daniel, saying, Hey, Daniel, can your God save you from the lions?
And then Daniel said, God sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
This made the king happy.
Well,
I think he liked Daniel, you know.
Yes.
So he felt bad about this. Yeah. I think they kind of tricked him into doing this, you know.
I
Well,
agree.
they did, definitely did.
Yeah.
So this made the king happy, and he commanded that Daniel be brought up from the den.
And then he should have sent those other officials down into the lion's den.
By the way, in the picture that I have there, did you notice anything about the guy?
He's wearing a dress.
He looks like an older man, doesn't he?
Yes.
We'd be very old at this time. In our first chapter of Daniel, it said that it was
Yes.
happening.
Young men.
They were young men, but they were young men about 606 or so BCE. Be about 70 years before what's happening now.
Yeah.
So Daniel would be well over 80 years old. If you look at pictures on Daniel in the lion's den, it's usually this very young man, you know, like a teenager almost.
Yeah.
But he definitely would have been an old man at this time if any of this happened.
Yeah. Verse 24, then the king commanded that those who accused Daniel be cast into the lion's den, along with their wives and children. I said that the king should send those guys in the lion's den.
Yeah, but not even you would probably suggest that they should send their wives and children in. Right?
No.
You know, that's pretty horrendous. That the wives and children
Have to go in as well with their husbands who were manipulating the king. And
the ones who suggested this whole deal about the lions. So I guess send them all. Okay, yeah.
So then the lion tore them all to pieces.
Happy ending. The king wrote a letter to everyone on earth, saying, I command everyone to fear the God of Daniel. He's the living God who does great signs and wonders. Such an interesting letter, huh?
Yes. Okay, so what I want to know is, what religion was Darius?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he was Jewish, but now he is. Now he's convinced. Yeah.
All right, so verse 28. So Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian.
Yeah, so it's implying that first we had Darius and then we had Cyrus, and
Yes.
that just couldn't be the case.
Okay. Well, I'm learning and learning every episode.
Yeah, well, just wait until you get to the
Next
what's
one.
coming. Yeah, the second half of Daniel, the last 6 chapters, are wild and crazy stuff.
Well, we can get through it because we have been through some wild and crazy things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did Ezekiel.
Yeah. We survived Ezekiel.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, thanks for helping us through this, Steve.
Sure.
And listeners, thanks for sticking with us. Bye-bye.
Bye.